welcome. We are officially recording. This is the Board of Directors meeting for 2024-2025. President Patty for this year, and this is Board of Directors meeting number 3. I'm keeping track because sometimes we lose track, and it's important to keep track of it. So again, welcome. I do have some action items that we want to talk about, but it's not limited to that. We also have, for additional member ideas and conversation. So who wants to take it away? I'm really excited to see you guys here, especially new members like Mark. And Mark, get ready because I have a little proposal for you. Oh, by the way, we were talking about you. I don't know if your ears were ringing, but yeah. And then we have some important items that I definitely want to talk about. The banner, Marty, you'll be talking about that. Ritu, you're president-elect, so it's important to hear what you have to say. And yeah, let's just take it away. Let's just say good morning, where you're coming in from. And I'm just going to start at the top, how I see it, and then just pass it on. Ritu, welcome, and where are you coming in from?
Well, good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I am in New Jersey, and happy to meet you all.
Thank you. Next, I see Mark. Mark, welcome. And where are you coming in from? Just so we get to know each other. Some of us know each other, but I think it's important that, since we don't have a congregation to meet physically, these are the opportunities to really engage each other as we move forward with the meeting. And I know we don't want to be here forever, but I think it's important to know who we're talking to. So Mark, welcome. And where are you coming in from?
Thank you so much. I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Great. Jeannie, over to you.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm from, here in Texas, San Antonio.
And also, by the way, since we have Mark, new member, and I just introduced Ritu as president-elect, also just if you are part of a committee, please let us know what committee you are part of.
Okay, absolutely. I'm working with the events and inserting speakers with Ritu right at this moment, but yes.
Awesome. And Marty, past president, my current advisor, Marty, over to you. Could you tell us where you're coming in from and what committees you are handling officially?
Yeah, hey, I'm in the countryside of Charlotte, about an hour outside of Charlotte. Might head in there tonight to see a show. And I help with the membership committee and also the website, and I'm the assistant treasurer.
Thank you. Yeah, you wear a lot of hats. Quanta, I see you next. Where are you coming in from, and what committee are you on?
Well, I am together with my brother Marty in the membership committee, and I'm peace committee, and I don't know what else committee. Thank you.
That's great. And Charlene, over to you.
Well, I'm a new member and I'm from Canada.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. And Istiak, we know very well. But go ahead, introduce yourself to the new members.
Hey everybody, this is Istiak Doza coming in all the way from Bangladesh. I currently help with the website, mostly to promote upcoming speakers and events. Thank you.
Thank you, Istiak. And next I see my screen is all combined now. So I'm going to go over to Janita Burke, who I happen to know very well. Janita, do you hear us? Over to you. Welcome. Where are you coming in from, and what committee are you on, if you're on one?
Good morning, everyone. I'm sorry I'm not on camera right now. It's a busy morning. I've got an 11-year-old, and it's sports season, but thankfully her game is not until another 50 minutes, so I will be on and participating for this time. I hail from the island of Bermuda. I'm so happy to be a part of this Global Impact Rotary Club, and I'm excited for the things that we're going to achieve together. I'm always encouraged by the messages in the group, and feel myself as the least of the world changers, but I'm still doing my part. So I'm excited, and I'm excited that we've joined in this club to make a bigger difference, because I think we can make a great impact on our own, but a greater impact together. And so it's wonderful the things that each of you are doing, and I applaud you. And I'm chair of the Africa Committee, and we haven't really gotten. Oops, hold on a second. Someone's coming in, and probably did you lose me for a minute? I had a call coming in.
We heard you. Yep. Africa
Okay,
Committee.
wonderful. Africa Committee, and we haven't really got moving, but I know that there is a heart for Africa in the group, and so I'm happy to. I'm looking forward to hearing our initiatives and moving forward. I'm going to land by plane, or I like to say, because I'm from an island, dock my boat, and yeah, over back to you, President Patty.
Thank you. And I see past President Pauline. I don't know, you all of a sudden popped into the queue here. So welcome, Pauline. Where are you coming in from? And what committee are you serving other than past president?
Good morning, Patty and everybody. I'm coming in from Las Vegas, which is in Pacific time. So it's only just gone 7 here and I've only just awoke. So you're lucky that I'm here. But it's good to see you all, and very joyful thing is the sky is blue and the weather is nice and cool in Las Vegas, which makes a change. I'm glad to see we've got people from across the world here. And as I'm past president from last year, I'm here to serve as needed. I'm very interested in Africa, Janita, so we should maybe get together on that. I've got some very amazing contacts coming in from Africa. So yeah, that's me. Thank you, Patty. And you take care. Bye.
Excellent, Dr. Pauline. Looking forward to connecting.
Okay, so I'm writing this down that you're interested in Africa, because this is definitely like part of the agenda as we wrap up the salutations and who we have. We have a guest, Imika. I believe we met last time. Pauline, is that your friend Imika? Am I wrong? Imika, welcome.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, Patty. Hi, everybody.
Nice to see you. Nice to see you.
Actually, my friend is Charlene.
That's right. I'm sorry, Charlene. Now remember. Yes. I knew we were friends of one of our members here. Yes. We met each other once, and you guys met in school when you guys were working, and I believe something to that effect. But anyway, thank you for being here.
Okay, so right now I'm in Africa. I'm in Nigeria. I'm a Rotarian. I've been a Rotarian for 40 years, over 40 years, and counting. So I'm delighted to be tagging on to Charlene. I'm always tagging on to Charlene.
Thank you. I did not know that you were a Rotarian, though. That's a new discovery. So I'm really excited, because now we could get somewhere with what we're doing. Pauline wants to help out with the Africa Committee. So I definitely see the collaborations aligning. Now we're going to go to Shankar. Shankar's on the phone. Shankar, where are you coming in from, and what committee are you serving? I know Shankar very well at this point. Shankar, over to you.
Thank you so much. I'm coming in from Ahmedabad, Gujarat state of India. And I'm currently working as the secretary for RCOGI and enjoying and learning new ways to incorporate so much of things to do. And I'm also looking forward to our new president coming in, Ritu, and going forward with that. And I've learned a lot from Marty Mangello and Patty, of course. And also congratulations to ISTIAC. Thank you so much. I'm so privileged and proud to be part of the RCGI.
Thank you. And Brittany just joined us at the nick of time. Brittany Flatley, she's an amazing woman. She was nominated for president for 2026, 2027. And she is an ambassador, which is amazing for the United States Presidential Services and our club here. So Brittany, where are you coming in from, and what committee are you serving? Brittany, I'm not sure if you could talk. I'll give you a minute. All right, we can't hear Brittany, but you'll come around. And we also have Stormy and Kay. Kay, Doc Silly, we're just doing a quick introduction. I know it's taking a few minutes. We're already 17 past the hour. However, thank you, welcome, and let us know where you're coming in from for all the new members, so we could get to know each other, Kay. And what committee are you serving?
Hi, I'm coming in from the airport in ATL. We had some friends visiting, but yeah, I'm in Atlanta, Georgia right now, and I am just here to serve. I think right now I'm on grants.
Foundation, yeah.
Foundation, yes.
Yeah. So anything foundation related and grant applications, this is who we're going to be tapping in with. So basically, the Africa Committee should definitely tap in with Kay, because once we move forward with doing grants, this is what we're really aiming for. Is Kay is going to be, somebody key to be with. And Paul, where are you coming in from, and what committee are you serving, Paul Brandis?
Hi there. I'm in Washington, D.C., and I'm actually looking for a committee.
Great. That's what we want to hear. That's what we want to hear. And I definitely want to bring up some ideas that we've talked about in with Marty and just loosely. However, the pillars of Rotary, I would love to fill all the pillars. I don't see Bella, who was put on as she took the position as chairperson for education. But there are pillars of Rotary that I would love to be able to fill those pillars. Nonetheless, like if there's like something that we are missing or a committee that you already interested in, this is what we want to do. And that's why these meetings are so important, because our regular meetings really get consumed with presentations, which is beautiful because it opens the doors for collaboration and awareness. But these meetings, this is where we could actually like have action items that we could actually get together, collaborate as members, and do something about it. And we're missing Stormy. Stormy, I love you. Sorry, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on a board of directors. Sorry, this is what happens when we become friends. Where are you coming in from, and what committee are you on?
I am coming in from beautiful Grover, North Carolina, and I'm on the youth services.
Perfect. You heard that, right, everybody? Youth services. And youth services. Now, I got my credentials on Rotary International, the Learning Center. Any work we do with youth, you do need to be mindful that you have to have those credentials. But once you have them, you have them. And I think it's really important that we start, working with youth, because a lot of the orphanages, even though we're working with the orphanages, then, we could continue that. And with youth and Stormy, I think we could get a lot done. So again, I'm going to pass it over to Ritu. Ritu, I know that you have a lot of stuff that you want to talk about, and then we'll pass it over to Marty, I believe, and then we'll just continue in conversation.
Well, thank you, Patty, and thank you, everyone, for taking ownership of your respective committees and whatever your interests are and wherever you align. My motto is together we win. So it has to be collaborative effort, but we do take ownership on some things that we are good at or we are confident at. So it has been such a pleasure and privilege to be part of this group since Marty formed this Rotary Club. I don't know, Marty, how you found me, but I am so glad that you did. So it's the energy that collectively we are, collective energy that we bring into the club from different parts of the world and different talents. Everyone has a unique set of talents, and together here, I think I hear about like a lot of interest with peace projects, Africa, and in general as Rotary represents in a humanitarian missions. So with that said, I know, Patty, you have full agenda. I do not want to steal any highlights from you from the topics today, but I'm just going to reiterate what we have on agenda is the bylaws review was number one. The fundraiser was your next. Committee's participation and opportunities, yes, I think as Paul mentioned, he's looking for, so we'll see where his interests are. And meeting protocols and strategies for club growth. And I have seen lately, I have been very busy with last few weeks with my personal professional commitments, but a lot of new members join. I congratulate and thank you and welcome new members. And the participations for guest speakers, etc. So that has been going pretty well, actually. And then finally, whatever time is left, that would be open conversation.
Perfect.
All right. So
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. And yeah, and I'm just gonna, I feel like the bylaws, we're not gonna get to finish them now because just from prior years of going through the bylaws, it's not something you could just do in one shot. It's something, we're going to look at, and I think we should all then on our own time really just take some days to just review them all, and then we come again and actually just exclusively work on whatever, if you like. I'm going to use a reference. Like a couple of years ago, somebody who was a board member, she's not a member anymore. This was when we first did it. And when we revised it, you see, we were up to number 9. So 9 times it was revised. And somebody, when they are on their own, said, I want my vote to be private, and some members didn't agree, but the majority ruled. And then we made that private. So now a member might go home and read it and say, I want it to be public. And it might not turn public because of majority rules, but this is just an example. So today I'm going to screen share, the bylaws, and I think we could review them, but I think we should go on our home, read them, honestly read them, and then present your concern or agree, like, I don't see anything wrong with it, let's just keep it, even though they are recommended by district to periodically review and revise. And I think it's smart because as our club grows, so should our bylaws. Times change, and change is good sometimes. Eleanor Roosevelt said, without change, there's no change. So I'm going to go, I want to get through the other items that will be a little easier. So Marty, are you available to talk about the banner now? Marty?
Yes, I just was unmuting for a second, Madam
Okay.
President. So I just wanted to also reiterate that the bylaws for years and years and years have been on our website. They're up at the top with our Constitution. We don't hide things from people, and I've experienced that in the past with different clubs and associations and federations. You can't find the bylaws or the Constitution. They're never going to be published on their website, and so ours are and always have been. So you would just go to our website, RotaryGlobalImpact.org, and up at the top, very simple. Just click up at the top there, and you'll see the drop down appears, and the drop down that you're looking for is called Hipster Info, and underneath Hipster Info is a Documents and Financial Reports tab. And if you go into there, you'll see, in fact, all of our financial reports for years. We also publish our balance sheet and our income statement. Some things that people find are obscure, absurd, outrageous. And I've even been told, look, I've been in Rotary 74 years. I've never seen a club do this level of jackass behavior. Why are you publishing your financial information on your website? And it's non-obtrusive, and our treasurer, Vincent James, is an international treasurer for Adidas and other big companies. It's not absurd. Publicly held companies do this every day of the week. When you go in there, let me just tell you one quick tip, Patty. Click, as soon as you go into financial reports and documents, click where it says the word file name. That will automatically, on your handheld phone, tablet, or laptop, it'll categorize every document that's in there alphabetically for you. It's a little trick in DACDB, and you'll notice that admin is where bylaws version 9 of May 6, 2022 is. That's the latest the latest version, but you'll see our Constitution is in there and everything you would be looking for, all of our financial reports, grants, graphics. I was asked this week for our logo from Canada by Dr. Charlene. And just use that to your advantage. We're a very, very open club.
And I did notice a little hiccup, but I knew we were having this meeting and as we revised, but I did notice a hiccup which confused my brain a little bit, that number 9 is not signed by that president during that year, but number 8 is on the bottom initialed. So I just wanted to bring attention to that. But as we revise, we'll be mindful to make note that we
that we had some problems with that president that year, not really right in the head, and needed to go in for an MRI of his brain. So yeah, let's just not talk about him. He's a lot of trouble, a big mess.
Sounds good. Sounds good. I just didn't want anybody to be confused and think like the numbers were wrong. But May comes after April. So that's plus 9. It's not just like a mess up in the number, like it is May is the latest one. So that's why I shared it in the chat. I shared both links, the main link for all documents in the chat, and also the latest version of the link is in the chat in case you don't feel like going to our website and going through all these. I made it very easy for everybody just to paste and copy right now. So when we leave this meeting, you already have it, handy dandy. But I'll go back to you, Marty.
Yeah, so the pennants is a popular thing that old timers, we know about the Rotary Club pennants. And they're small little flags for each club. So on Tuesday, we're going to roll out the draft page for the website. And this new draft page is going to include the pennant proposal where people would be able to sign up to buy a pennant. These are small little flags that would showcase the Rotary Club of Global Impact. And I myself, I'll probably buy half a dozen of them through pre-order. And once we get all the pre-orders done, and we've got, say, okay, we have 40, 50 people that want a pennant, then we're going to put the order in and then we'll ship all those out to everybody and get them to them. But what they are is people often give them as gifts. Like Ritu was just in Barcelona and looking to speak at a club there. And she was also then in London. So she would have given a small pennant that she carried with her from our club in her luggage to each of those clubs. She was a guest speaker at the Women of Heart Awards, which Dr. Desiree Richardson runs in London at the Leonardo Hotel. That was a mega event on Saturday in London. Ritu then flew back to the United States. And take me, for instance, I just gave a speech in Los Angeles to LA5, the 5th club to ever open in world history for Rotary. I was the keynote speaker. I should have, I'll pull my pants down and should on myself. I should have given them a small pennant from our club. This is a tradition in Rotary. And maybe Mark would like to comment about little pennants. He knows what I'm talking about. Mark?
Yeah, I've actually shared and exchanged pennants with other clubs. It's a really nice way to share Rotary with other places that you visit. Instead of just showing up at a club and having a meeting, you exchange pennants, and then it's nice for the club to accumulate pennants, and you can have a display with all the different pennants of different clubs from around the world that we visited or visited us.
Yeah, exactly. And does anybody have any conversation around pennants? This would not cost the club any money. So this is a zero-based fundraiser. This is a cash raise. And obviously, I'm talking with an Indian company that is making pennants here in our district already and very successful. So if the pennant is going to cost us $5, then I'm going to try to sell it for 15, or maybe 10. And then I'm going to have to also charge shipping and handling because it costs money to ship in a huge box here. And then I have to pay individual shipping all over the world to like Canada and Ghana and Togo and Greece. And so that person would have to pay the shipping on top of that. And that'll be a bit of a nightmare for me, but I'm going to get it done. What I typically do is I go to the post office the first time. I tell them like I'm shipping this to Greece. They'll tell me it's $48, to ship that little tiny stupid thing in an envelope. And then I'll go back to the person and say, hey, your thing's going to be $48. And I know you only bought the pennant for 10, but I'm sorry, this is what it is to Greece. Do you want me to do it? And they'll say either yes or no. And so just please bear that in mind wherever you live on earth, that the shipping to you is going to cost extra money. But the pennant would actually make money. So if it costs us 5 and we sell them for 10, we're doubling our money. And I'm getting that money in hand up front when the person orders and pays for their pennant ahead of time. Now that page that I'm going to open up on Tuesday for everyone to look at during the meeting, it'll go live. That's going to be a multifaceted page. It's going to include the orphanage's work in Ghana with Janita, in Liberia with Patty, and in Somaliland are 3 orphanages with Anab Ali. Also on that page, you're going to notice the pennant fundraiser program where you can sign up for a pennant. And that is going to provide monies into these orphanages. So if you're wondering where the money would be going, we currently have almost $2,800 in our account. Yesterday it was at $2,782. And then the third thing on that page is our new matching grants, which we have a cash call on Monday, which is pinned to the top of the members only board in WhatsApp. That will be an in WhatsApp video presentation meeting. I'll say that again. It's not going to be on Zoom. It won't be on Google Meet. It's not going to be on Clubhouse. That'll be an inside WhatsApp presentation cash call. Have your wallet or your pocketbook ready. You can come in on those matching grants for as little as $5. If you care about the women's battered shelter in Ghana, in Accra, for $72,000 as a Rotary Global Grant, or if you're interested or care about the solar panels for $203,000 in Ukraine, in Kiev, on the top of the hospital there, that'll be a cash call on Monday. And that is currently pinned at the top of the WhatsApp group. So that page is going to come up. It's going to have the pennants. It's going to have the orphanages. And it's going to have the matching grants that we're involved in right now. That's all I have, Patty.
That was good. That was really, really good because this is the first staple. We've had other fundraisers, which were great, but they were temporary. This is the first staple of our club to start raising money with something that can be continued and continued and continued. I am excited and eager to order one immediately because I'm excited to bring it to an event that I'm going here in New York. It's a district event that, I shared with a couple of the board of directors just to see the dialogue. I don't need a response, but they do have a website. They're collecting clothes and some items like diapers. And if you can't make it to the actual event where they're doing the collection on December 14th, which is in my community, in my district here in New York, even though I'm part of this club, there's also districts in New York. And this is what's great about Rotary. As a Rotarian, you can go to any club, any district around the world. That's what makes it so special. So I'm going to physically go to a collection station on December 14th, and it's not limited to having to go physically there. You could also order on Amazon the items that they need, gloves, diapers. And that's why I shared a couple of our board of directors a dialogue that I had with the person running that club's thing. But the point of the story is that now I could bring my pennant there and they could remember, oh yeah, she came. And it's also like a conversation piece. If you have it in your office, somebody might see and say, oh, I didn't know you were Rotarian. Tell me about it, So it's great on so many levels, It's also like a piece, it's like the white flag. It's like a peace, sign to me. But thank you, Marty, for that. Anybody else have any comments on that other than excitement?
I do have
Go
one
ahead,
comment.
Easty. I thought I heard a click, but I was busy writing. Go ahead, Isti.
So the question is, Marty, you mentioned something about, the shipping cost being very high, right? Isn't there any kind of, print on demand or, make on demand service that we can, sign with? Global, they have got, I don't know, manufacturing plants or workshops everywhere, and they'll just, create it on behalf of us and then send it out to whosoever is in the, I guess you could say, closest vicinity.
That would be a great thing. We have print on demand for books now, and
Yes.
that's been going good for about 10 years with regional centers across the earth. We now also have, press on demand for when people want a CD or an album. It's actually pressed, on that particular continent and shipped out. So I would love to find out that we have print on demand,
Marty,
for print on fabric.
Marty, Shopify is a global distribution center, and their shipping strategies are compliant for GDPR and CCPA because it collects the confidential data, identifiable data. So I have worked as a cybersecurity projects. I have worked with Shopify being one of the vendors that have third, fourth, fifth party to be compliant for our company. So they do have these types of services, but the shipping from their global distribution, centralized Europe or Asia distribution centers, how much the shipping for each country would be, that's unknown. It depends on the weight and the distance. But keep that in mind to see if this would be an option.
Yeah, I think what ISTIAC is saying is we're looking for a printer that prints on fabric and would make the wooden dowel with the golden thread and then the tassel and fringe, that this would be printed on each of the 6 continents on demand. So like if a Japanese member ordered one, it's actually printed like in Japan and shipped to him maybe in 6 hours. I've not been able to find a fabric printing on demand service just yet that is doing pennants and banners on the 6 continents. Everything is pretty much, still needs to be done one time. I get everything from India in a big box, like maybe order 100 of them. And then I'm reduced to having to ship them out 1 and 6 at a time as people buy them. I have not been able to find a way around that print on fabric on the 6 continents yet.
I don't think you will though, because Bangladesh is one of the garment capital of the world. All right, fabrics. All right, you're talking about particular type of I guess you could say threads or yarn of fabric that you need to do this, and there's a good chance the type you're looking for may not be available in the in the workshop itself. So I think that's going to be difficult. But this is just an idea. We can I can do some research and see if we can find anything. Just an idea I wanted to share basically. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And Mark, over to you. I see you had a cue in.
Yeah, just a brief thing. The pennants are really important, but this is modern age. Why don't we also have a digital pennant? Then easy to share.
Yeah, we could, and people could print that out and put it in a frame.
I like
that. Definitely.
Yeah, that's a good idea. It could be the design of the digital could be frameable design and can be printed on a photo paper. You could take it to CVS or somewhere, for $1 or so, you can get that printed.
And I think we should charge for it too, even if you're a member, just because it's digital. We're trying to fundraise. So I feel like why not charge, even if it's $1, something towards our club. So I think that's a really great idea, Mark.
Patty, I was looking at the print on demand shops, right? Because I'm trying to set one up. And there are print on demand shops like I found this one called Selfie, which charges, I think it's $22 or something per month. But the best thing about the good thing about it when compared to other print on demand shops like Printify, Printful, even Shopify is that they don't charge for the first $10,000. They don't charge any kind of transaction fee. Okay, So, yeah, we can definitely start, just put them up there. Once the digital, whatever we want to make is done, it's up there and it's going to keep on, generating one-time build, and, it just keeps on generating, revenue for us, or, at least, donations for us in our sense, basically.
Oh, Marty, I do have a question. Are you designing it with our private logo, or are you designing it with the logo that like Istiak has on behind him?
Yeah, it has to be the logo behind him because it would be a publicly issued item. So the circular logo is illegal. And we'll have Rotarians come out of the woodwork to call the governor and report us, all types of stuff.
And one of our members has that logo on their website. I did warn them that that's not the correct one, that this one is, and I provided but they didn't change it. Is this okay, or because you know a little bit more about this? I should know this.
The only time the brand center allows that circular logo to be used is internally amongst members. Even the magic of Rotary is an illegal logo. It's not to be used on banners or printed anywhere or publicly displayed typically. And so like some of the troublesome things that Rotary has allowed is the circular icon, on Facebook or on LinkedIn. You can't avoid it. And when we have tried to put the brand center authorized logo in there, it doesn't fit and stuff. So then that's when they came back and said, okay, only for those instances in a public forum can you use that illegal circular logo, which is for your internal communications only. But honestly, when I travel overseas and stuff, I see all types of illegal use of the Rotary logo, and, you don't really want to mention it to somebody and start something up as a visitor. But they are trying to get a hold of that for about 15 years now because it's damaging Rotary, and they've proven that. And
okay, thank you. I knew that there was a lot of and I've read the brand center. I have the PDFs, but sometimes it's like I need to be reminded. But yeah, I'm very, very, very mindful of that. So thank you for sharing that again. So I think we're good. Is everybody good with that conversation? Just jump right in if you have another question or comment.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now moving forward, we're doing pretty good here. We're under an hour. Pauline, you have something, or you're just saying thumbs up? Thumbs up. We're good. So now, committee participation and new committees. I did go through, our committees that we already have compared to the pillars I was talking about of Rotary. And we could either start, anybody here, like we have Paul, we have Pauline. I think you found that you want to be part of Africa, and you don't have to make a decision today, but I just want to bring attention to some committees. And again, Mark, before I go into that, I was looking for somebody who could be, and it doesn't limit you to if you want to be on a committee or be a chair to a new committee, which I'm going to go through now. I was also going to ask for a member to be, Marty, what was the word? I had talked to Marty about this. What was the word? I was going to use deputy, but then we decided that wasn't good.
it was like a special assistant to the presidency.
Yeah, a special assistant to the presidency, and really for accountability, and I was very mindful to ask somebody who, knew a little bit about Rotary already, seemed to have experience in the world, from your profile, and, advisory too, because, I'm pulling on Marty a lot, and as you saw, Marty's doing wearing a lot of hats, officially and unofficially. So I just thought it would be beneficial for a president to have somebody that, they could talk with and be like, what do you think about this? Or you could just kind of overlook to see what I'm doing to say, hey, I think you forgot that, without it being weird. Because if you're not that position, for lack of better words, right? If you're not that position, then sometimes people feel like weird to call out the president on forgetting something or doing it. Maybe they should maybe consider doing it another way, you know, and it's all good. We're all grown-ups here. We should be able to have candor and reminders and talk to each other. But sometimes if somebody's appointed that position, it, you know, now somebody could tell you to tell me, or you could be like, oh, you know, you could think about it. You don't have to answer me right now, unless you feel compelled to.
No, I definitely want to say something. I don't need a position to do that. I do it all the time. I'm very particular about how a club works and giving advice to whoever is running the club, if it's not me, to make sure that things run better based on my experience. But also, does the club have a vice president?
No, so this would be
that sounds like the job of the vice president. You should have a vice president. Then it's
okay,
like
so this,
more of a teamwork.
This segues perfectly into revising our bylaws. Okay, so I'm glad you said that. Perfect timing. So, you know, as we move forward, we don't have a vice president, so I am going to nominate you. You know, and I'm not sure if this is something we need to vote on, because it is a created position. It's not an official position of Rotary, right? So I think
Patty,
again,
as a parliamentarian, may I offer
please
a point of order? So you can appoint or have a position for anything you want. Like right now we have a special advisor to the president, which is Reverend Elaine, you know. So this is not something, I mean, yeah, ultimately within the bylaws constraints where we have to have the bylaws issued and people must be able to review them for 10 days. And then we have certain thresholds for passing of the new bylaws. I forget what the percentage is, but it's high. It's like 3/4 of the membership has to vote to change the bylaws. But whatever the bylaws say, the bylaws say. But for you to appoint a vice president today or tomorrow or next week, you actually don't need anything with a vote to do that. That you can have any kind of titles that you want for people to assist you.
all right, well, that sounds good. So I'm nominating Mark. Although we don't know each other personally, you've come highly recommended by Quanta Dawn Light, and you know, just keeping a little eye on our members. And I like that you're a seasoned Rotarian, you know. So I'm not sure if you're ready to you know, take that on, but I would be honored if you did. No pressure.
No, I actually like being part of the board because I think that's really where the real work of Rotary happens.
So is that a yes?
Yes.
Are you saying, yay, thank you, yay? And I'll be shouting it out to the world on the next newsletter. So members, meet our vice president. Yay.
That was fast.
Awesome. Congratulations. And
I'm very excited. See?
Patty, at one point we did have vice presidents in Rotary. We had, so yeah.
Oh, wow. Good to know. And I know you're a past president in a former club. So it's an honor to have you, Kay, you know, amongst us. And that's why there's such great value in all of our experiences and expertise that, you know, we could like make change in the world, and that excites me. So the challenge is, I think our greatest gift and our greatest challenge about being a virtual club, and I'll go right into what we need to talk about, but it's our greatest gift and our greatest challenge is being virtual is a gift. At the same time, it's our greatest challenge. And I feel like, you know, these conversations are beautiful, you know, and thank you for making a little extra time to come here on a Saturday. We're trying to, you know, work it out where everybody gets to feel like they can make it. Pauline, you're coming in at the crack of dawn. We got people across the world. So should I open up? Is everybody ready to share screen to review the bylaws, or does any? Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm too excited. Let me just calm down for a second. We didn't finish the committees. These are the pillars, well, the 7 pillars. Environment, we don't have a committee for. Disease and treatment. Now we have the Shannons. I haven't seen them in a while. They would be the closest to filling that, but there is no official committee for disease and treatment. Peace and conflict. Yes, we do have with Quanta. Water, sanitation, and hygiene. Now we do have it with Dolly, who is an honorary member, and it's not necessarily a committee, but she's an expert in the water wells. So, you know, Dolly is, you know, we also have the sister club, right, Marty? Is that how we call it? The sister club? Or
It's a twin club. Yeah, the
Twin
Silicon
club.
Valley Rotary Club of Global Impact. It's a twin club, an official twin club.
Yeah, so for all the new members, we do have a twin club who there are experts in the water sanitation. So if we really want to do something, but we don't have our own committee, but we do have resources that we could work hand in hand with people we already know well, pardon the pun. Again, and we could go to Rotary International and look at all the 7 pillars. I'm just shooting them out there just for you to just even be mindful of them. Maternal and health, you know, the maternal and health welfare. And I think that's a lot of work that is going to be going into the orphanages. Again, we don't have our own committee for that. Basic education and literacy was just filled by Bella Rigby, Linda Rigby. She goes by Bella. She did take that position. I haven't heard anything yet, but Kay, she's in Atlanta. And I asked her to get together with you to maybe go to a local community to see if there's anything brewing, you know, that, you know, you guys could collaborate with, because she's a big deal, Bella, in Atlanta. She works with the mayor. She works with the King family. She does a lot of big events. She's an event planner too. So I think you and Linda Rigby really should somehow find each other either on LinkedIn or somehow. I told her to reach out to you too. I'll try to maybe even. I'm thinking as in like real time now. I should have done this before, but I guess I'm going to say it now on LinkedIn, because you're frequent on LinkedIn, right, Kay? You're pretty active on LinkedIn. So I'm going to create like a little, you know, like a meet and greet in a private chat, like a messaging group with Linda Rigby, Labella, just to introduce each other, being that you're in the same region and now she's under education and being that your profession is in education. I just saw a synergy there, you know, and I might be crazy, but I'm going to introduce you guys formally on LinkedIn. And then, community economics and development. I see ISTIAC all over this, but anyway, that's another pillar. Those are the 7 pillars. So again, I don't feel like we need to like decide or jump into a committee now, but definitely, you know, as soon as you feel like, you know what, this is what I want to do, or this is a committee that we already have and I want to be a part of, like Pauline said with Africa, let's just do it, you know, and then get with the person. We don't need to have meetings to get things done. Just you know, communicate with our fellow member and create your own meetings. And you could always CC all of us, you know, just so we know what's going on. But I definitely encourage the, you know, communication amongst each other. And I think anybody else, go ahead, Jeannie.
Patty, just a real quick question. If you would, when you connect Kay and Linda or Bella, could you also include me in that group? I definitely have some input, some people. And then the other question I have, I know Dr. Charlene, are you still on the call? I wanted to ask, is there a committee? I know you have the knowledge and everything with regards to education, but also cyber security. Did she leave by any chance, or is she still here?
Sorry, my microphone is off. Yes.
Oh, that's okay. I don't mean to.
No,
great idea, by the way. Great idea, by the way.
I'm an educator and have written curriculum, and yeah, I've got extensive experience in education as well as a computer science specialist and network administrator. So
yes,
I have a little bit to offer.
Oh my God, you have a lot to offer. If you could include Dr. Charlene. I'm just raising your hand for you, Dr. Charlene, if that's
Sure,
okay.
yeah, no, that's
Sure.
fine. Being a
Yeah.
newbie, I didn't know what to say, so that's good. Thank you.
Nope, that's okay. I'll
And you
put
know
you
what?
in.
You see, that's a beautiful, how that just like, aside, again, we're not limited to the pillars. That was just like my ideas. And, you know, maybe nobody wants to fill in any of those, but cyber, there, you know, like we have to be mindful of the children. That's children's welfare. I think that's still in the vein of Rotary, you know, the welfare and cybersecurity. Charlene, again, you don't have to decide now, but just food for thought, as Jeannie just brought attention to cybersecurity, that, you know, you can create a committee saying, hey, listen, I want to start this committee for cybersecurity. It's all yours then, you know, it's all yours. And then anybody interested could jump in.
And Dr. Charlene and Patty, if it can be an extension where your forte is, Dr. Charlene, with regards to sex trafficking and human trafficking, that would truly give it even more structure or levels.
Okay.
Yeah, I think youth welfare would be fair, or something along those lines, you know, to keep it more broad too.
Broad,
yeah.
sure.
You know,
Sure.
I think it will just be more room for, you know, for good things to happen. So I'm just going to put youth welfare. Charlene, if you believe other words are better, but you know, and again, you formally let me know if this is something you're interested in you know, starting a committee and being the chair of, because we also have Dawn. Dawn is not with us, Dawn McCarty, but she's a new member too, and she's all into not only the youth welfare, but she's an expert in cyber. So, you know, I could see her joining your committee as well. So I just wanted to bring attention to that. Anybody else? I see Mark, go ahead.
Okay, there we go. Does the club have a foundation chair?
She's right here, Kay Doxilly from Atlanta. Yep. Thank you. Do you want, oh, Mark, I had mentioned the last time, I would like you to, you know, I was thinking that because I know you have experience with the foundations when we were talking about grants, and you seem to know what you were talking about. Would you like to join? Is it too much for you, but would you like to join Kay on that committee?
Absolutely. Absolutely. To me, the foundation is one of the important reasons why I'm part of Rotary.
Hi, Mark.
Hello.
That would be great because I'm still trying to finish up my teaching duties in Vegas and while I transition into my new job here. So your help would really take a little pressure off of me and we can tackle it together. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, I've had some programs that I've used to help raise funds from the club, increase participation from members.
Okay, so maybe after the holidays, this Thanksgiving holiday, we can have a one-to-one.
Yeah.
Chat. Okay.
Very good.
And Mark,
I wanted to thank.
Active? Are you? I'm sorry, Marty. I just want to. Are you active on WhatsApp, Mark? I'm just
Yeah.
curious.
Yeah, I'm everywhere.
Yeah, I wanted to thank Mark for his help because he is an expert, way more than me, global grants and district grants. And poor Kay and her husband recently moved. Kay finished her year as president there of Green Valley Club in Las Vegas, Nevada, and moved to Atlanta, Georgia, and started a brand new position at the university. Kay is a forensic CPA, so she's an expert in numbers. And this kind of help from you, Mark, for us, including myself, is just tremendous when it comes to the foundation and grants. Thank you.
Well, that's it.
Anybody else? Any comments? Just again, if you decide, if we didn't officially decide, Charlene, I know you're thinking about it. If you haven't officially decided, Paul, I hope you had some food for thought. Unless you decided here and now, like, hey, I want to be part of this. I'm not sure. Is Paul still here? Let me see. Did Paul have to drop out? I think Paul had to drop out. It's okay. Okay, well, I'll touch base with Paul. So I'm just gonna open up. We're at an hour now. So we'll try to, wrap it up on the sooner than later. but let's go to share screen. And hi, Dialis, how are you? Welcome. We're having a board of directors meeting today. We're not doing any voting.
Yeah, Dialace is a fascinating filmmaker and producer and director from Africa. And
Well-
Maria is also on from New York. Both of her parents were Rotarians. Maria would like to join our club. So great to see Maria also.
Thank you. Thank you. And yeah, we're just doing some club business because our meetings are so rich and filled with presenters. We just talk about brief business, but these board of director meetings we do have them open. The only exception is that you cannot vote. Jeannie, go ahead.
Just a quick question, Patty, and I know this, the information as far as our contact information will be put in and is in the website, but are you able to post in our members only WhatsApp group, like the one page with everybody's contact with their LinkedIn and WhatsApp? Is that possible to do, or just?
On a PDF, I believe I could provide that
Can you
for members.
provide that? Yeah, especially for the new, like for the vice president, and that's what I was and make sure Charlene's all our contact information is just in one document.
It is available on DAC. It is available on DACDB, which is, private information, but being that I will be sharing it only on the, members only group, I don't believe I'm crossing any boundaries
no.
I shouldn't be crossing. But I
I
will
understand.
note that this is private information for members only, requested by, one of our board members and, one of our members here.
Right.
And yes.
If I'm within the rights of asking, and I know Marty has his hand up, so I'm sure
Yeah,
he
Jeannie,
can
I was
chime in.
gonna recommend to you, Jean,
Mm-hmm.
DACDB also has an app for your handheld phone that I use.
Okay.
And so I kind of modulate between using DACDB to look humans up in our
Got
club.
it.
And then
Mhm.
sometimes I go into Rotary.org to try and find, like right now, I'm speaking with several people in London and Palm
Okay.
Beach, Florida on
Right.
Rotary.org about speaking at their clubs.
Mm-hmm.
But then sometimes I'll go into the DACDB handheld app to just quickly
Perfect.
look up anybody's. And as they change their email and update their phone
Mhm.
number, then you have the freshest up to the minute
Oh.
information. And the last thing I
Okay.
would like to mention for everybody is the app from Rotary.org. It's called Club Finder. It actually IP senses all around you as you're driving in a car at high speed, all the clubs that are around you. And if you stop at your destination, like you're driving to Natchitoches, Louisiana, and you're staying at a bed and breakfast mansion for 3 days, it will sense all around you, every meeting, every day, every time, all the names of the clubs that you could be going to just because you happen to be in town. And that's where you stumble upon, oh my God, they're having a banquet dinner on Saturday night. We could go to that for dinner. It's a Rotary look. It's club, Natchitoches, Louisiana, District 6648. I'd love to go to that for dinner. And I use the Club Finder app on my phone. Even Maria can be using this up in New York right now and go to any Rotary club that she feels like as a guest or anybody. So those apps are really powerful on your handheld.
Oh, thank you for the reminder. Truly, thank you.
All right, so now we're gonna go through, could everybody see the screen okay? Or do I need to make it bigger?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's maybe too big. How's that? Good? Yeah?
Just a little bit more.
A little bit more.
Perfect. Just a little more.
Oh, wait, my fingers, my fat fingers.
All right, I think that's better. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And again, today we're just gonna like visually like just go through it on the quicker side, and then I would like everybody to really just read it on their own, like the PDF. Like we said before, it's available on the website. I shared it here. As we see, we're reading the right one. I almost started reading the wrong one. This is May 6th, 2022, and we're going into 2025. So it's definitely time that we go through this. Okay. Oh, sure. No problem, Pauline. Just be mindful to, check out the bylaws again. And I will keep reminding this and add it into a newsletter, just so we could next board meeting, which I believe would probably be within a month. We could come back and actually strictly do this, because this will take a little more time to delve into and bring your concerns and attentions. Did I lose everybody? Did I lose everybody? You guys
No,
still
we
there?
still here.
I thought I left
No,
the
we're
meeting.
here.
I'm like, oh my goodness. Okay. Bylaws of the Rotary Club of Global Impact. Here we are. Now we have hold on, I gotta make this smaller. Okay. There we go. The boxes were in my way. We have of course all the articles. We have 15 articles here. Each article will explain what it is and what page it's on. We got our board of directors, elections and terms of office. And a lot of times when we're going through these things, like I will come in, paste and copy. Like when we were going through elections, I went in here. So I made sure it was word for word, pasted and copied, and then put it into the newsletter. Duties of the board of directors are right here, and others, duties of the service chairperson. And you see, we might be adding more to this meetings, how our meetings are going to be moving forward. Also, a new president coming in, so we might want to be changing that. Fees and dues. We did talk about in other meetings, that our application fees should start going up again to start filling in our foundation. So I could see this being revised over here on number 7. So again, any concerns or recommendations, these are the things we want to take note of. The committees, as we talked about today, I could see that changing a little bit. Leave of absence, these are, finances, method of welcoming members. I could see this. We've already adjusted this, I believe, without even really getting into it. But again, we'll be looking over method of termination, resolutions, order of meetings and business, interpretations and amendments. And then we got the bylaws of the Rotary Club right here. Article 1 is what it is. And again, I'm not going to read them all again, but it tells you what everything is. The chairperson, the member, a quorum, the minimum number of participants required when a vote is taken, 1/3 of the club's members for a club decision, and a majority of the board for a board decision. But again, today we didn't have any votes regarding any of the items we talked about. Rotary International, right here, then committee. See, and I could see adding a couple more to here as we read through and expand our club. This is the governing body. And these are the ones that were like pretty much recommended by Rotary International. So these are the basics, but I believe we could add, to the board of directors, the assistant, I believe. I actually have to go to look at Rotary International bylaws as well. I think is going to be important. Articles of election. I don't believe this is going to change. But anyway, we go through, we got the duties of board members. And again, here, we're not going to go deep into it, but these are all things that something you read might say, oh, I noticed this or that. So again, this is why I'm asking for everybody just to go and read it on their own, so you're not interrupted. And, there might be something that, needs to be adjusted or added. These are the duties and avenues of the chairperson, club service chair. That's Quanta, the club service chair, new generation service chair, And this one, we haven't even been like using this. So we gotta definitely talk about too. Marty, what do you say about that? Section 5 news. This is like this I would like to start you really utilizing. Article 6 meetings. And again, they might vary. I'm just gonna keep going through. Article 7, fees and dues. And I'm even gonna, you know what I'm gonna do? Sorry, I'm just going kind of quickly through it, but I feel like it's important that we just all, again, I'm gonna just say it over and over again, read it on our own. And I'm going to go ahead. Marty, go over to you.
Yeah, I was just going to say on the fees and dues, we have talked for several years about upgrading that $20 application fee to maybe something a little more substantial to help the club, because we are the lowest priced club in the world. We have verified that at $15 per month, so it's a $20 application fee. We talked about raising that. I know I paid $100 when I joined the Kings Mountain Club. Mark, do you want to comment on application fees that you've paid or seen?
Well, my former club didn't have an application fee. My club before that did. So, and for example, like with the club that had an application fee, they included in the application fee was the fee to attend the Rotary Leadership Institute first session, and that was included in the application fee. So it sort of came back, or it could be just the application fee could just be the upfront dues for the first month. It's really up to the club.
Yes, and my experience, my club in Canada and here, we did not have application fees. And when I would visit here while my mom was ill, I went to a club here in Atlanta. But what I will say, there was no application fee, but the annual dues were significant. Even my club, when I moved to Vegas, I believe we were at $250 a quarter, and it went up to $300 a quarter. And that's not even the most expensive clubs. Some of the clubs are well above that every quarter. So we are significantly lower than that. The only thing that was included in my club in Las Vegas with the quarterly dues was every member of the club had to be a the aim was we were a 100% Paul Harris Fellow Club. And so to be able to do that, when new members came on board, part of the dues was included $25 a quarter. So they contributed $100 a year. And so at least you built up, and then other members would donate points and stuff to help them get there. But my club in Canada, we didn't have that method, but we included $15 or $20 at the time. It was for lunch until the hotel. We met at the Delta. The meal amounts went up. But I mean, I can 100% tell everybody on this meeting that our dues at the Rotary Club of Global Impact is not even the cost of a meal at some Rotary clubs on a weekly basis. So we are significantly very economical in terms of dues. And for members who can, like I registered to do the automatic deductions towards the foundation every month. If you wanted to do that, that's a good opportunity to do so, because we're saving on dues. So that other money that we would have been Rotarians anyway and paying those dues somewhere else, if you are able to, using those in another avenue to be able to be of service to Rotary or to a project, would be really, really beneficial.
Wow, that's great. That's great. Thank you for that. It really puts in perspective. It really puts in perspective. Thank you. I appreciate that, Mark and Kay. This is why it's so important to have open up these bylaws. And Marty, thank you for bringing attention to that. Definitely, we have now been enlightened for more ways to build not only the foundation for Rotary International, but the foundation of our club. Then we got our club committees, and we went through this, okay. And then here we go. I know I'm just going quickly. Again, we're not going to read word for word. I just want to, if anything also that you see here that you want to just mention out loud for whatever reason, just for us to ponder on while we go back to read it on our own, definitely just open up your mic, because I'm not seeing everybody's hands or anything. So just keep it open and just jump in right in. There we go. Got the methods. I do believe it's really important that, you know, and I'm going to bring attention to the method that when somebody new comes in and there's like items missing, or we're not hearing from the person for whatever miscommunication or email overlooked, you know, that if they were sponsored by somebody, if it says that they were sponsored, that the sponsor should definitely follow up to see how's it going, you know, how's the process going. So I would love to add that to the method part. But again, I'll bring that to the table when we go ahead and dive into it. The standards of conduct, honorary members, we have quite a few. And this was, I thought, interesting. I was thinking of Marty. I'm not sure if you're able to chime in on this, but the emeritus. I was thinking of Aaron Myers, because he has been very much involved when he wasn't able to actually be a Rotarian for reasons beyond his control. And I'm not sure if this applied to him right here in Section 5, the emeritus. But you know, we don't have to go into too much detail right now about it, but
yeah, I think he's really not a long-term member. He's paid his dues for about 2 years. So, you know, they grant this status, you know, for people that have been 10, 30 years, this
like a
type
mark,
of stuff.
like a mark.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Perfect. Thanks for that. Method of termination. You know, and then again, we'll read these through on our own, and then bring back any concerns, resolutions. We have a pretty good bylaw, I got to tell you, very meaty, but definitely room for always expansion, improvement. And we got this, interpretations and amendments, and that's it. It was this one. I don't know what this one was actually. Again, revised on May, as you see up here, May 6th, 2022. So, and maybe we officially put it up on that date, and it says revision April 25th, 2022. And this one, if you go back to our documents, it is initialed. So again, it just might just be, I'm not sure, but we're going to work on it. We'll read it, and we'll bring back all our concerns, and hopefully we can together, you know, adjust these bylaws for the greater of good. Anything else? Does anybody else want to add anything to what I just shared or said? I'm going to stop sharing now, or I'll keep it open just in case.
Yeah, I've got a comment. If you notice near the end of the bylaws, it says that changes in the bylaws should be consistent with the Rotary International standard bylaws for clubs. And I believe there's been a change to that recently. So we need to go over the standard club bylaws from Rotary International, make sure that our bylaws are compliant.
Perfect. Thank you for saying that. And Rotary International bylaws, I'm definitely gonna review them myself. And I'll also add that in the newsletter for the reminder and the upcoming meeting to also check that out. You know, as a president, I definitely feel like it's my duty to do that. And I just would like members to also be able to just go ahead and check it out. Marty, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So please bear in mind that.
Wait, you went low.
What's that, Patty?
I don't know if it was me, but for some reason your
Yeah,
volume.
I can hear Marty.
Oh, how about now, Patty? Can you hear me
Yeah,
now?
perfect.
Okay, I had a call coming in from Viber. Um, no, I just want to remind everybody that our bylaws were considered wacko, inappropriate, and would be immediately denied when we submitted them. The reason they were inappropriate conduct was because they did not conform to the sample bylaws at Rotary International. And then, Nico Iannelli, our then governor, he and I crafted these bylaws and submitted them to John Bucco in Evansville. I just say Chicago, because people don't know where Evansville is. But John is an attorney, and he came back and said, John is our executive director for the world. He come back and said, look, there's nothing in violation of Robert's Rules of Order. Any club can have any kind of bylaws they want, as long as they conform to Roberts, which the current edition, I think we're up to like number 12 or 13 at this point. And significant differences of cutting edge technology and leading the world of Rotary that I just discussed with Stephanie Urchik about how different our club is, which she reiterated on stage in front of 330 people on Saturday night, was we need to embrace new things and allow people to do new things, because whippings and shame and blame that are used to shape, craft, and sculpt Rotary is not working. We anticipate at this point we should have 4 million members, but the problem with Rotary is we hemorrhage millions and millions of members every 10 years. So even looking at the next governor was Kamla Shandan. We just call him Cam. I mentioned to Cam one day, do you realize in the district report that more than 50% of the members of this district, 6780, are less than 1 year members? And he said, that's impossible. Get out of here. I was like, Cam, go in and look at the governor's report. And so he was shocked. It was like 54% were less than 1 year members. So keep that in mind with when everyone's looking at our bylaws. We have absurd, asinine, and childish things in our bylaws, which are the words people have used with me. Others who see them have said, oh gosh, they're amazing. You guys, for instance, to be direct, be specific. You guys have a chief human resources officer. It's got to be like the first time in history we've ever seen that, John Bucco said. As a board of directors member, why would you have a human resources officer as a member of the board of directors? We've never seen that before. So we had to explain to get our bylaws approved from Chicago. We had to explain why we thought human resources was so important in the corporation. And then the next question was, why do you guys have a DEI, officer on the board of directors? Again, every time we turn around with this club, there's something we've never seen or heard of. And we said, because we think DEI and diversity, equity, and inclusion is very important in the world. And we submitted a statement about that too, as to why we wanted to have that. So our bylaws were approved with these caveats, and the comments from the legal team was that they are not doing anything in violation of Robert's Rules of Order. And Mark is exactly right, because this is what Stephanie is saying is we need to embrace change. And I know Patty said this today, and these bylaws do not belong to me. They belong to the club. And so whatever the club votes to change these, they belong to the club. And just keep in mind that we do have cutting edge leading things in our bylaws that many, many people have taken note of. And we are actually viewed, starting with Jennifer Jones and Stephanie, we are actually viewed as a very, very progressive cutting edge club. And our governor recently asked if we could possibly present on what we're doing in marketing and branding and publicity and promotion and advertising. Particularly, he's been amazed with what Patty is doing on LinkedIn, and that we even have a LinkedIn website. He said there's only 2 clubs in this district that have a LinkedIn presence, and there's only one that they really can find of for about 400 miles around that does a newsletter on LinkedIn like Patty does. So keep in mind that we are very, very cutting edge and leading Rotary worldwide with what we're doing. And that's why we have so many members coming in. We have put in over 10 members in the past, I think, what is it, Patty, 2 months? Wow. You know, and they can't believe these reports. They cannot figure out how it's, even while we were on the phone with the governor was doing his presentation, right, Patty? We said, we're proud to announce that we just added 2 members in the past 5 minutes while you're on the phone, Kevin, doing his presentation. He was like, what the heck? And when I met Stephanie, I told Stephanie, I said, Stephanie, do you realize this is my wife, Stormy, this is my daughter, Barry. Do you realize that we're above 70% women in our club? And you know what she said, Patty? She said to Quanta and I and Stormy, she said, well, that's because this club, evidently, whoever this club is, 224, 228, is very smart. I'll just shut up now.
And Marty, this is Jeannie. I just wanted to add real quickly. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I have 5 new people that I will be introducing to you, and they are very interested in being a part of our club, as well as 2 of them were Harris Fellows. So I'm anxious to get on the phone and get you connected.
And I thank you, Jeannie, for that. And well, as we close up here, I think like what makes one of the characters of our club is, and again, thanks to Marty, really always making it very transparent. We're transparent. And I think that's what sets us aside. We have nothing to hide. You know, if you're a philanthropist and you're part of a worldwide organization for the greater of good, there's nothing to hide. There's nothing to hide. We're givers, not takers. And if we take, it's just to pay it forward. It's just so we could just hold it so we give it to the right people. So we're transparent. That's why, you know, these meetings are transparent. Yeah, you may not be able to vote if you're not a board of director, but you're welcome to share your concerns. And I think that transparency really just makes people, you know, want to be part of us, because, you know, it's great to be able just to shout it out to the world, what we're doing, what we want to do, and we welcome you as well. And again, the presenters and the presents, and I encourage everybody just to be active on those platforms. You're allowed to go ahead and share and reshare or comment or create a post. And if you're having a challenge with it, then send it over to my way. I'm usually pretty nimble when it comes to responding. Sometimes I need 24 hours. Sometimes I need 24 hours. Sometimes I even need 48 hours. However, in those cases, I always let you know, listen, give me a moment, but I'll get to it. I do my best to help. This is what I'm going to close with. I will meet you halfway. I think that's fair enough. You want to do a project, you want to do a newsletter, you want to have a meeting, you want to go live, whatever it is, I'll meet you halfway. And I think with that being said, I think we could close up our meeting. Any final thoughts or comments, concerns before we wrap it up?
I just want to once again just thank the team, Patty, Maddie, Isiak, everybody who puts so much, pours so much into Rotary Club of Global Impact, and to the new members who come on and find something in us that they want to be a part of it, and they want to bring people on to be a part of it. And I think it's so important. And Marty just put the stats. I love Marty. Marty's a stats guy. He'll tell you, and he'll tell you the facts, and he'll give you the numbers to back it up. Good job, Marty. And so this is what we need. We as Rotarians, we're dealing with people from all around the world. And the best way to be able to reach somebody is to show them that you can identify with them. And unfortunately, sometimes, and it's not probably unfortunate, it's just the reality of what it is that we interact better with people that we have some familiarity with. And until that person gets to know you and say, you may be East Indian heritage or African heritage or whatever heritage, but you share a common goal, they're not seeing that first. They're seeing that you don't look like them. And so with Rotary Club of Global Impact, we have everybody who can make that introduction to create that bond of familiarity, to give an opportunity for somebody else who doesn't look like that person to say, I'm here to help, and I'm genuinely interested in a cause to help and be a part of who you are, and do something positive with you and together. So that is what I think would really set us apart as we continue to grow. And your club started as a small club, but you've been making so much wonderful impact. And it says it's not always the numbers sometimes, but if you can get the numbers of like-minded people, then your impact could be even greater. And I think moving forward, that's what I'm seeing that we could really do with global impact.
Thank you. Beautiful comments. Go ahead, Mark. Thank you.
You know, I wanted to share something. I used to say this about my former club. It seems to apply to every club. Where I used to say, and still say, we're a group of people that have nothing in common, that get along really well together because we share one thing, which is service above self.
Well said by Vice President Mark. Well said. Well said. Any other comments? Istiak, I feel a comment coming. Istiak, future president.
No. I'm just that was a wonderful way to put it, basically, and Kay as well. You know what she said.
And Dialis, we haven't heard your voice yet, but while we're about to close up, any comments on how do you feel about this club? What you've, thanks for joining us, because you're not even a member, but you're welcome to come, and I'm glad that you stayed in here. So how do you feel about all this?
Okay, so I'm very fine. So I must listen just your way to speak. I must understand your English because it's very difficult for me. You know, I don't understand English like you are talking. You know, I try to understand, and maybe I'm online. But first of all, I'm watching you and observe you and credit my English. I think that maybe 1, 2, 3.
Oh, we lost you. We lost your connection. Dialis, we lost your connection. But we heard the main sentiment, and we welcome you, and come back to the next meeting. And hopefully one day you could become a member. That we lost your connection.
Yeah, I think he's having some sound issues from the looks of it. There you are. It comes and goes, Dialis says.
Oh, he's coming and going. Okay, well, I think we could wrap it up. I'm going to stop recording now. Oh, go ahead, Kay.
Where is he from? He's French from somewhere?
I know he's a film.
Yeah. He lives in Uganda, and he's a very famous filmmaker. And I was just telling him, it's perfect. C'est parfait, Diolis. Merci beaucoup. Yeah, n'en parle pas très bien anglais. He doesn't speak English very well, but he's studying and learning, and I don't speak French very well. N'en parlez pas très bien français, s'il vous plaît, lentement, s'il vous plaît. I ask people to speak slowly, please. So we laugh at each other, Kay.
Mais c'est français plus bon parce que français c'est moi. Because I speak more like I'm French background, but the truth is I speak more of the Creole, the Haitian patois and Creole than my proper French. So my proper French has watered down significantly. But if I meet a Haitian or a Senegalese or somebody else who speaks it, then I am fine. I can communicate with them just perfectly.
Amazing. Something new you learned today.
That's great. That's great. See?
For a second, I was like, where's that coming from?
All
Dialis, you want to try for it again? Dialis, you were saying some closing remarks before we stop the meeting.
Monsieur Diolis.
Okay, technical issues. It's okay. We're gonna
You
be.
hear me?
Oui, très bien.
I completely lose the sound. I don't understand.
Marty, maybe what we can do moving
I
forward.
disconnect. I think
Mm.
I disconnect says.
Yeah, la
I don't know
connexion.
if better.
If he turns off his video, his audio might improve.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Well, Marty, I was suggesting, you know, perhaps what we can do, I know in some of the chats we can have the caption going, and then people can potentially maybe choose their caption or translate it.
Yeah.
I forgot about that one. Good one, Kay. Now that the meeting's over. Next time,
Yeah.
good reminder. Good reminder. Thank you.
But Marty, maybe tell him that we can invite him to the next one, and then maybe he can share a little bit about himself then.
Yeah, I think he should be a speaker, Jean Marie.
Mhm.
If you would, I'll send his information to you to be a speaker because he is doing really fascinating stuff in film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Jeannie, you have the link, right, that people need. So if you, let's say somebody like this example, Marty says, oh, I think you should have him as a speaker. Just have that link handy that they need to formally submit to. Oh, I can't hear you, Jean.
There's the guest speaker link that is in the Rotary Club or the website. That's the
It's
link.
basically the email that needs to be sent to. But yeah, I'll send you that link too, just to have it handy.
Okay, sure. But yeah, no, this is good. Thank you.
All right.
All right,
Well,
very good. We're gonna stop
Betty,
recording
thank
now.
you so much.
Very good. Thank you, everybody.